Hi, I'm Goggles. I'm a certified Part 107 operator, and I'm here to tell you why the FAA just fucked all of us FPV pilots. Starting in September 16th, 2023, this year, everything that leaves the ground, no matter what, has to have remote ID. What is remote ID? Remote ID is the ability to track a drone. Basically, what's gonna happen is these guys, these quadcopters right here, this one's awesome, 100% waterproof. This one's not even built yet. This airplane, RC plane, and this one, this will all become absolutely illegal to fly starting September 16th, 2023. What this means is that even with a Part 107 operator's license, I've spent almost 30 years around manned aviation, on top of learning density altitude calculations, soldering, electrical theory and safety, and countless other skills. Now tell me why I have to put a tracker on this little drone right here for Part 107 work. If it weighs more than 250 grams, your drone, you have to register it. Now, with Part 107 work, it doesn't matter. I have to register all of my drones. So if I want to do a quick little lo-fi, funk, hip-hop music video with this, I have to put a tracker and an ID module on here, which will make this thing so heavy, it will not literally fly. So, after all my years of experience around being around manned aviation, and I have to get a tracker to put on one of these for a small time gig, that this is clearly under 250 grams. I could full throttle this thing into my face and it wouldn't hurt me. This is a toy. So, what are we gonna start doing? Remote ID, like anything that like, what are we gonna do? So, my argument is non-compliance, because why should I have to track, and I'm not saying I'm against remote ID at all. If you're gonna go fly a drone 10 miles that way, then yeah, sure, fucking track that drone. If you're gonna, because most of the time that the drones that get abused the most are consumer grade drones that people buy that are GPS guided, or not guided, GPS enabled. None of these things are GPS enabled. These are fully manual things. If I want to go fly this thing 10 miles down that way, sure, yes, put a remote ID on it. That could be a problem to someone, I guess. But why someone who has almost 30 years being around manned aviation, around the EAA, Experimental Aircraft Association, for a toy? I went and spent my entire life around aviation to realize I probably can't afford aviation, so I got into this because this is more affordable. And now, for the general public that doesn't realize what this means, is that, let me set the camera down. This is ridiculous. So what this means, this is the ground, okay? Whatever. This is airspace, like at an airport, and this is airspace at another airport. The space in between, you don't need any approval to fly over here or over here. There's no airspace. But what the FAA is doing is taking all this shit where there's nothing and taking that space and making it only for Amazon delivery drones and UPS delivery drones and dumb stuff like that, to the point where if we fly an RC plane or a quadcopter or, God forbid, one of these things on a fucking gig, I have the potential to go to jail. Like, are you serious, dude? This is an entire community of people that the FAA is ruining. Like, I'm just one guy. That plane's not even built, and that's gonna be illegal. So is that, and so is that, and so is that, and so is that. Like, these quadcopter. This is a quadcopter. This is a non-GPS enabled, fully manual things, and the FAA has just been like, nope, everything's got to have a tracker. So like, what are we gonna do? We should remote ID birds, like everything except birds. Like, dude, this is ridiculous. So anyways, I'm gonna end my rant here because this video is already poorly, unprofessionally done. I'm at a loss because this kind of screws up my business. You know, how am I supposed to go fly an RC airplane in the park with my kid without getting harassed by a Karen? And you know, they're putting on this shit on the police, you know. For anyone that's a darker shade than, I mean, shit, they run my ID and they're like, I have Mexican, give them something. Like, they're gonna do the same thing for me flying my drone. Like, what? The FAA is completely out of touch with what us FPV pilots do. And, I think as part of protest, I'm not gonna comply. I see no, you know, unless I'm flying like long range or something like that, like where it's kind of should have it, you know, like. But if I'm flying right here in front of my face, or if I take my goggles off, I can see my drone. That does not need a GPS tracker, especially if I'm flying it right in front of me. Like, anyways. I hope this wasn't a waste of time for you, and I hope you learned some stuff, and just go look into it. Go Google it, go see what the fuck the FAA is doing, because it's pretty ridiculous. And if you ask me, I think it's a complete overreach of our privacy and like just a bunch of stupid stuff. It's completely going to kill this hobby off. And all these RC airplanes, and I don't see how the FAA even expects to get people that want to work for them if they can't even fly a foam RC airplane in the park. So how do you generate jobs and revenue and people that get excited? And that is how you generate jobs in the FAA for people that want jobs, like running, you know, like running control tower, or you know, going and getting multi-engine rated. You know, those things start with flying RC airplanes in the park. You know, it's harmless, timeless fun. And what has changed to all of a sudden make this all different? And don't even say Ukraine, because the FAA has been trying to regulate RC airplanes since the 80s. The only reason it's coming about now is because finally someone with deep enough pockets can get that done. It's going to be Amazon, UPS, and all the other fucking delivery people. I don't fucking know. Anyways, it's absolutely ridiculous. Say no to remote ID, you know, for the line of sight in front of you. You know, don't be an idiot and actually, like, go out and hurt people, because that's not cool. That's not what I'm about. You know, the EU, these laws are coming in the EU in 2024, and there is an exception for home-built drones and non-GPS enabled drones. So that means that a home-built drone like this that does flips and stuff, and I can pour water on it because it's waterproof and all that stuff, this won't matter. This won't have to be registered, like be tracked or anything in the EU. But in the United States, oh hell yeah, they want to track everything that leaves the ground. You might as well start tracking birds. Anyways, I appreciate those of you who have come this far. I'm gonna shut up and quit ranting, and I thank you for your time and even making it this far into this ridiculous rant. Hello kitties, they're all in the background. Yeah, say no to this goofy dumb thing if you're flying right there in front of yourself. But if you're, you know, just be safe, whatever. I'm not against this. I'm for being able to go track a drone safely if you're flying 10 miles that way and you can't fucking see it. But if you're flying right in front of you, like in my yard, like what I do every day, I'm not doing it. It's ridiculous.